Welcome back to the virtual art room with Mrs. Hallowell. Last week we made spinners and they were so popular. Thank you so much for all the videos you sent me. I really enjoyed them. Some of your photos are up on my webpage, and if you didn't have the resources or the time to do the activity, you could come back to it later and do it when you've got time. Send me a picture whenever you do it. Now, to find your photo, go to the top of the Home Learning webpage. Where it says More, click on the down arrow. The down arrow is going to take you to all the pages on the website, so you can look at those. They also have down arrows for the lessons. Sometimes they're at the very top of the page. You'll need to go to the Virtual Arts home page to find your photos. Today we're doing lesson 3. We're going to be able to show warm and cool colours separately in our work. We're going to draw in the same style as Picasso, and we're going to use either warm or cool colours to add some emotion to our work. The elements of art that we're looking at today are colour. We're going to look at warm colours and cool colours. We'll also be looking a bit at line and shape so that we can draw in the same style as Pablo Picasso did. Now, if you don't know which colours are warm and cool, you can come back to this part of the lesson and look again. Cool colours are green, blue and purple. Warm colours are yellow, orange, red and sometimes pink. I'm going to let you use brown or skin tones just in both of your work today. So if it's in warm colours, you can still use brown, and if it's in cool colours, you can still use it. Maybe you'll do something in cool colours. Maybe your person will be moody and sad, or maybe you'll do warm colours and your person will be happy and joyful. So if we remind ourselves about Pablo Picasso's work, he did a lot of work with cubism, and so his work isn't realistic. It doesn't look like a photo. Take this picture. This is both warm and cool, but I included it because I like how the mouth is turned around to the side and the ears are on different angles, and they're not quite like they would be in a photo. This one's all in cool colours, and she looks very serious, and her mouth is turned to the side. This one is also in cool colours, and I like how the ears are also different angles and the nose is at a different angle. This one, half of the head is on a side angle and half is on a front angle, and the mouth is coming off the side. Today you'll need pencils and textures and crayons all sorted into warm and cool colours. Just use what you've got, or ask your brother or sister if you can borrow something. So I've done mine in crayon. I've done a cool coloured guy. I've done a cool, serious woman with an upside down mouth. I've done a warm coloured guy. He looks a bit stressed out. So this week we're going to make a beautiful Picasso face. I'm going to use all these twisty crayons. I'm going to use the crayons because they colour in super fast, and I know you guys get a little bit bored when you're colouring. I'm going to use a permanent marker, but you might choose to use a grey lead first and then maybe go over it with black pencil if you haven't got a permanent marker. Or you can even just use the black crayon that you've got in your set here, and if you're just using pencils is fine. You can colour in anything that you'd like. Any media that you've got, you can use today. So the aim of the lesson today is all about warm and cool. So whatever colour wheel you take, any colour wheel, this is a really complex one, then this is just primary and secondary colour, you should be able to put your hand over one side just to find the cool colours. So here's the cool colours on that side, and then twist it round and put your hand across half to find the warm colours. You can do that when you've got a big colour wheel too. It's a little bit more taxing to find the cool colours, but the cool colours are greens and blues and purples, and the warm colours are all fire colours like yellow and orange and red. Here's some paints that I've done in cool and warm. So this is all the warm colours that you can find, and this is all the cool colours. Now somewhere in the middle comes brown. You can use brown, I think, in both of these activities. So if you're choosing warm colours, choosing cool colours, you can use brown. So what we're going to do today is make a Picasso face, because Picasso is the artist that we're looking at. I showed you some pictures at the beginning of this video, and we talked about cubism and how things were out of proportion and just crazy. You can really do whatever you want. So this guy, he is coloured in warm colours. So I'm going to show you how to draw this in a minute. This girl is coloured in warm colours. You don't have to colour the background in if you don't want to. This cool guy is coloured in cool colours, but again, you can use the brown or the skin colour, and then everything else was cool colours. So he's got spiky hair. This crazy lady is coloured in cool colours. So her mouth is upside down, her nose is off at an angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and do our picture in the style of Picasso. I'm going to take my paper and I'm actually just going to fold my piece of paper in half and show you the two types of drawing that you can draw. So on one side, I'm going to do it with permanent marker because I'm just going to make it so that you can see. On one side, we're going to have an organic shape, so like a curly, roundy kind of shape like that. And on the other side, I'm going to have a more angular, geometric shape. Dun, dun, dun. Crazy. There we go. So I've got the organic side and the geometric side. And then we're going to draw a line down the centre and we're going to do the nose. Remember, this is Picasso style. So the nose doesn't have to be a realistic nose. We're not looking for realism. We're looking for a crazy kind of shape, a nose that you can see in all different angles. It can come off the page. Ooh, there we go. So there's a curly nose on the organic shape. And then on the other side, I'm going to do a more of a angular nose. There we go. Because I've got an organic side, I'm going to give her a flowy organic body. I'm going to give him an angled body. Dun, dun. You can draw arms on the person if you want to, or just leave the arms off. Leaving the arms off is just where you put the line. But if you want to draw an arm, again, they don't have to be realistic arms. They can be whatever you want them to be. Now, Picasso always does one eye on one angle and another eye on another angle. He always has a small eye and then a big eye. So, for example, you might have a small eye on this side, and then you might have a big eye on this side, but it's at an angle. So she's got two eyes. And again, on this one, he's going to have a small eye, make his eye kind of sideways, and then a big eye. Oh, he's got room for a massive eye. So you can draw your eyes in different angles, different shapes, and then you can have some crazy eyebrows. Crazy eyebrows. So they're very expressive. And you can put your mouth wherever you want. So on one of my pictures I showed you, I had the mouth upside down, but you can also have the mouth on an angle. You can have the mouth coming right off your picture as well. Now with the hair, I can do a spiky guy. Or I could do a nice flowy hair. Flowy. The hair is very long. Sometimes you can draw sections to the hair, so if you want to colour the hair in different sections, you can just give it some lines. Okay, sometimes you can give them clothes so that they're not completely naked, and you can give them ears. Now if you were Picasso, you'd give them an ear at the top and then an ear at the bottom, because that's what he does. So once you've decided if you want to draw an organic picture or a more angular picture, then you can go ahead and you can colour that picture in. Now I've done the two on one piece of paper, so I could just colour one in if I wanted to. I could colour them both in and have two pictures, or I could transfer the picture to a single piece of paper, so I could copy everything I did from my favourite one onto a big piece of paper and make a big piece. There we go, like that. On this particular picture, when I coloured it in, I coloured his hair all different colours, but I didn't just use one cool colour, I used two and I overlapped them. And I gave him some stubble and a nose ring because I felt like that was something that I wanted to do. So you can add all sorts of things, stitches, glasses, anything that you like. So if you want your guy to have a scar, if you want them to have glasses, you can do that. So you can do whatever you want. I'm going to colour both of mine in, and I'm going to choose cool colours for one and warm colours for the other. I like to get my crayons and sort them into cool colours. Skin colour is cool for both, but then you've got to work out if you're doing a warm picture or a cool picture. So I like to sort all of my colours into a really good pile of warm and cool so that I don't go wrong. So the success criteria states that we're going to do it in warm or cool. Now you can do two pictures like me if you would like to. So I'm going to have the guy be cool and the girl be warm colours. I'm going to choose some brown and skin colour for their actual skin and their lips and everything like that. And don't be afraid that if you colour with one colour, so if I make her hair yellow, don't be afraid to go over it with another colour and blend two colours together. Have highlights of orange. So I'm just using crayon because it's super quick. Alright, I'm going to colour these in and I'll come back. So I've nearly finished colouring in my pictures in my warm colours or cool colours. Now, I haven't coloured this guy in very well, and what I meant by overlapping the colours is where I've done his hair in green, I could even go over it with some blue, create a kind of a aqua looking colour. So I'm inventing a colour, just all of my own. So you can keep going over the top and mix a couple of colours. If you're using crayon, crayon's really good for this, it's really nice. So you can colour the whole background in or just leave it as it is. Sometimes I like to get the black and add things like stubble. Some stubble, and a moustache. Sometimes I like to add freckles. And things like that. Sometimes I like to choose just one side and shade some black down that one side, because I'm pretending the light's coming in from this angle and that this side of him is in shadow. So I colour everything just on one side and look at it in black. And that's the side of his face that's got some shadow. But sometimes I just do that with the black. So it's up to you what you want to do. You can keep colouring in until you're really happy with it. So for example, some of my colouring isn't amazing, so I could just keep going over and over until I'm really happy. So you can do one or two different colours in layers. Layer it all up. You can colour parts of the lips all different. You can just keep going. So I'd love to see your cool pictures and your warm pictures. Now remember, pink is not just for girls. You can do your boy in pink. You can do your girl in blue. So it doesn't matter. But once you make a choice on your warm or cool, you got to stick to it. Or you can do what I did with the lady here and the man all on one page. And you can do one of each. So once you've done your amazing Picasso pictures, this could be a picture of you, or it could be someone that you know. I like the idea of a moustache now. Remember that Picasso would have drawn lots of people that he knew that were inspiring to him. So he did a lot of self-portraits too. So it could be you as a warm or cool Picasso. So have fun with this. I hope that you put some music on, put the TV on, start colouring, start creating something a bit wacky and a bit cool, and that you send it through to me. So this was the lesson on warm and cool. Remember, to be successful, it needs to be the warm colours or cool colours, just in the style of a Picasso. So I'd love to see your pictures. Hopefully you send them to me, and I will see you next week. Bye. Oh, before you go, don't forget to do some self-reflection. Are you practice penguin and you need to try again? Are you done it dog and you got the warm and cool colours correct and you understood the learning intention and the success criteria? Or are you teacher tiger? You were very successful and you can teach someone else. Let me know how you went. I hope it wasn't too hard. See you next time. Bye.